Yeah, I'm in. Am I in? Am I in?
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
Lucy,
Hello. I cannot hear you.
what are you doing?
Hello. You're breaking up for me.
Well, I'm breaking up?
Yeah.
I'm breaking What the
Yeah.
hell?
I don't
That
know
doesn't make
why.
any sense.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me double check.
And I'm gonna make you loud. Like super loud.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust yours. Hold on, let me just make sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me now? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
now I'm
think
getting
so.
an echo, so make sure you want to turn down. I'm probably too loud because I'm getting an echo.
Yeah? How
Yeah.
about now?
No echo.
No echo?
Oh no, it's still there. It's still there.
What
All right,
about
what are your
now?
pronouns real quick? She, her, right?
She, her, of course. Like a geek.
Okay, I remembered correctly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this should be fine. I believe the echo has stopped.
Yeah.
So, Lucy, how are you doing today? Thank you for being on the show. Welcome to the 20K call-in extravaganza. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty okay, like I've been streaming today. I decided that since you're celebrating, I might as well ride the bandwagon and celebrate
yeah.
as well. We're reaching,
Good. It's still Immus after all.
yeah, 500 subs. It's true.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You're like halfway to partner then.
Yeah. Because
Amazing.
recently I've been growing like a duck, from
Growing like a duck grows. Well,
Yeah.
ducks grow very quick, so that's a good growth pattern to follow.
Yeah, I started. Do you remember Will the panelist?
Do I remember when you were a panelist?
No, Will the panelist. William the panelist.
Oh, yes. I do remember that guy. Yes, I do remember him.
So when he proposed that panel, I was 100 subs below him, I think. And now I am like 4 subs below him or 6.
Good. Leave him in the dust.
True. Last time I stopped grow with the panelist. He didn't even invite me, though he was not that much bigger. So rude, eh? So rude, eh?
Well, so did you have any other do you have any specific topics you wanted to talk about? I know you've been itching for a debate with me.
Yeah.
If you want to debate me, yeah. We could debate about something, I suppose.
Yeah, but first I think we should, because I don't really know what to debate you about. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, it's
true. You don't know what to, you wanted to fight me so bad, but you didn't know what to debate me about?
Yeah, because I'm the person.
Oh my God.
I'm the sort of person that is like, let's debate, but is the topic really that important? Is it really that important?
Okay, then if we need a topic to debate about, then okay, how about
How do you feel about Japanese RPGs?
You're from Poland, so I probably haven't had many of the candies from Poland.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we could debate about candies. We could debate about pizza, but I don't know. It seems difficult. Maybe we just agree on everything.
Yeah,
have you considered that fact? What if we are in 100% lockstep?
I mean,
chat says chat has some suggestions. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Chat, if you have a debate suggestion, then go ahead, throw it out. Kielbasa versus Linguica. I don't know what Linguica is. Well, I do, but I'm sorry, I gotta take a pause for 1 second. Saul Gracchus with the incredibly, unbelievably generous $300 donation. You just made all of the mods incredibly, incredibly happy, and you've also made me happy. Merry Impmas indeed. Thank you very much, Saul Gracchus. Oh my God, thank you so very much. Holy moly. That is beyond the pale. That is incredible. Yeah. Single-handedly swooping the donation spotlight. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't spoil that yet. Okay.
That's like 1,500 zlotys.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Best Final Fantasy. Wait, do you play Final Fantasy games?
Yeah, I'm playing them all on stream. I finished
so
1, 2, 3, 4,
here.
5, 6, 7 on stream. Right?
So then what's your favorite one? What's your favorite Final Fantasy game?
4?
I might find something for us to debate on.
I think 4.
4?
Yeah.
Wait, is 4 the one with is that the one with Cyrus?
It's like with
right. He's the main character who's
Cecile.
like a Dark Knight. He like
yeah.
Cecil. Why did I think Cyrus? Cecil. Yeah, Cecil. Cecile.
Yeah, Cecile.
Yeah, okay, it's a pretty damn good game. It's a pretty damn good one, but personally, I am a fan of Final Fantasy VII. I'm a I'm a
Ooh.
I'm a basic bitch. I love me my Final Fantasy VII, partially because it's a game about eco trolling, and I think eco trolling is a fascinating subject. They are very naughty in the game. They are naughty, naughty, naughty.
I'm playing it on stream right now. Actually, I play Fruit right now on stream. 7.
The original
Yeah, the
7 or
original.
the
Because
remake?
I have a
Oh,
hot
based.
take. I have a hot take about Final Fantasy 7.
No, no.
Yeah.
What's the hot take?
That it should have just stayed the original game, and that the whole compilation is
Oh,
a
you don't think the
travesty.
remake was that good?
I think the remake is a sequel. Let's start with that, you know?
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Have you
I didn't
played
know
it?
that. No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if I won't spoil it.
So
If
wait,
I
how
say
can it be a sequel? How can it be a sequel if they have the golden
Should I-
saucer?
Should I
thing
explain it?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, okay, it's warning everybody. Maybe spoilers for an ancient
Okay,
Final Fantasy
I will
game.
try to explain it without spoiling the story too much, okay? So the game, the remake, quote unquote, presupposes the existence of the original game, and then in its narrative, the narrative is about changing the narrative of the original game, which existence it presupposes, okay, in itself.
Oh. Why?
So the game accepts that the original game exists and its original game narrative exists, but the game is all about changing that narrative within the game.
Oh, so like you're going back in time to change things that happened?
Well, sort of. There are those ghosts that try to keep the story, the narrative as it was before, but you defeat those ghosts.
Well, that's disappointing. I've heard so many good things about it. That's kind of a
That's because
it's kind of a weird.
That's because the gameplay is really good.
Well, okay, so
But the
that's a
game is
plus.
really
Well, and also I will say
fun
I
to
did
play.
see the screenshots of Fem Cloud, and I quite like that. I
Yeah,
quite like
that
the
that
design
part
for
of the
Fem
game
Cloud.
is really good, you know, especially since the one character in that whole sequence says that the gender does not matter, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Gender doesn't matter.
So there's
Gender
like
is
this
age.
really nice message, you know, that is being in this segment. It's very
That's awesome.
expanded, and it's really nice in that regard, you know. It was expanded enough that some Polish reviewers were like, I was made so uncomfortable by that sequence.
What? How
Yeah.
could you be made? Oh, they were made uncomfortably because their
Yeah.
pants were getting too tight. That's the real reason why.
True,
That's what they
true.
were. That's what they were actually being uncomfortable about because they thought they saw Cloud and they were like, "Wow, I need to rail his boy pussy as hard as possible as soon as possible."
It's true.
That's the real reason. People who are made uncomfortable by Fem Cloud are just they have no taste.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
care
true.
what your sexuality is. I do not care what you're generally attracted to. If you can't appreciate Fem Cloud, you're just lost.
Yeah, and then
Lost.
Fem Cloud does that dance number, which is nice.
Yeah, I've seen that part. I've seen that dance number.
Yeah, it's
Also, the
really
music
nice.
sounds pretty good in my opinion. But I've always
Yeah,
liked Final
yeah, the
Fantasy
music
When
is
I was
really-
younger, I used to listen to so much Nobuo Uematsu,
Oh,
who was
yeah.
like the primary main guy who did most of the music for Final Fantasy. And I
He-
literally my iPod when I was in high school was just full of his music, even the stuff he didn't do directly for Final Fantasy. I just
Yeah.
really loved his stuff.
Actually, returned to do the pixel remaster music, to remaster the music.
Sick. What a genuine artist, an absolute musical genius.
Just like Amano, the artist who drew the artwork, right?
Oh yeah, all
And-
the splash art, the like sort of almost like watercolory.
Yeah, yeah. And there's
that-
one
that unique style is
unspoken
amazing.
artist that is not mentioned much, like let me see, Kazuko Shibuya. You know, the
I'm not familiar with the name off the cuff.
yeah,
but I probably
that's
know what they
she's
did.
not spoken about enough. She's the artist that designed all of the sprite work for the Final Fantasy games. From
That's
1
amazing.
to-
The old
yeah,
like
yeah.
the old ones, the
From
the,
1
like,
to
the first
6.
ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, that's impressive. The sprite work in the old Final Fantasies is like literally legendary.
Yeah, Kazuko
Um,
Shibuya. Yeah, yeah.
It's incredible.
So
I did not know that. I did
think
not know that name. Thank you for telling me that.
I think she should be spoken more, like along with Hironobu Sakaguchi, Nobuo Uematsu, and Amano, right?
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It's unfortunate that like so many incredible artists' work gets lost in the like sort of flood, you know? It's so easy to like there's so much of a the games industry has a bit of a problem with auteur theory in the same way that film does, where people tend to take these gigantic collaborative efforts and make them the sole project of a single person, which they never are.
Individuals. Actually,
It's actually one of the reasons why I appreciate. I know that some people are going to roll their eyes when I say this, but I appreciate Hideo Kojima. One of the things that like, even though he literally has that joke in the beginning of the game where it's just like it's the credits are all his own name,
Right.
you know. But in his other in most of his games, he actually does, like especially in Death Stranding, the crediting is like aggressive. It's like you cannot escape the actual artist who made the actual things. It's a huge part of the game that like they throw it in your face. Like, I mean, there's literally a really great part where they're like, when you get on, there's like a special motorcycle that's a cross promotion with a TV show, and when you get on it, Norman Reedus's character in game goes, "Damn, I feel like I'm in Ride with Norman Reedus." Like, it's just like the game is constantly reminding you of the people who made it, and I appreciate that sort of thing.
That's really good. I heard that Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator of Final Fantasy, there was a lot of talk that he left because of his failed movie and that he had to leave, but apparently that's actually a myth, you know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently he actually left because he had the big disagreements with the higher-ups in the company about how things are handled, because apparently he gave really big when he had projects, he gave really big freedom to the creators of the thing, you know, to let them do their thing. And after like the more and more meddling started happening from above, you know.
Yeah.
During the creation.
It's a huge problem. I mean, the meddling. I mean, I just talked about Kojima, but
the formation Kojima, like super big, like. Abuse,
he got
straight
screwed,
up.
Just absolutely screwed. Just was 100% like literally
abused, right?
humiliated. Yeah, absolutely, like 100, like literally emotional abuse. Like they prevented him from accepting the award that he won at the Game Awards.
From the, I think he was scrapped from the box of the Phantom Pain game.
Yep, the Phantom Pain.
Yeah, he was scrapped from it, right?
Absurd.
His name.
Yeah.
And the game ended up unfinished as well because of it.
Yeah, it's very apparent. That's actually people. Interestingly, people ask me like all the time. Look, I've had a couple of comments be like, "Oh, you don't consider like Metal Gear Solid 5 to be on your like, you know, top 10 list of games?" And I'm like, I can't put that game up there, even though I love that game. Even though it's like I played so much of it. It's not even. It's like 10% of my gaming time last year, or not quite, more like 6% or 7% was like devoted only to Metal Gear Solid 5. I love that game, but it's impossible for me to say that it's like, because it's just not complete. It's not finished. It shows, and like, it's one of those games where like the pain of the team is like visible in the work itself.
Right.
Like you can see how much like the people who are making it were suffering in the process because it falls apart so hard.
Right. So I have to say that in 5, my favorite part was the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning is really good.
Like
the opening to the game is really good.
When you hide and when you try to escape, that's a really, really strong beginning, you know?
It's an iconic sequence. It's very good.
It's very, very good. So yeah, you know.
Would you say that the pain wasn't Phantom? Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, well, that's the thing. It kind of like shows through the art. And so in a way, it is kind of a Phantom Pain in that way. But yeah. Real quick, Lucy, I have been reminded, please, if you wouldn't mind, would you plug your socials in the site chat so people can follow you?
My social,
because your socials, like your YouTube channel, if you have a Twitter, if you use any like an Instagram, whatever, just pop them in.
Where do I do it?
Okay. Oh, somebody just did it for you. Never mind. People got it for you. Yep. They got you. They got you. Apparently, you had posted it in the Discord. Sorry, I was just trying to remind, but it looks like they got on top of it.
Nice, nice, nice. You
Um,
know.
yeah. So, well, yeah. So I couldn't agree with you more on the fact of crediting. I really wish that there were ways to like, there were ways to better ensure that people knew who was making the art that they're consuming.
Yeah.
It's something I really believe strongly in because art, most of the like films and movies and hell even the stream is a huge collaborative project, and
Oh yeah.
people deserve to be remembered. You know, sometimes some things that are really cool, like you know, like I like that you can go on IMDb and you can like dig into who made what and who did what, and you can see what else
Yeah.
they worked on and whatever. um but
And
yeah, we still have a long way
I
to
think
go.
there's this element of all of us buying more or less to the almost crime and punishment model of humanity. You know? You know
Yeah,
Crime and Punishment, right? The book by
the
the
book, yeah, I've not read it, but I'm
yeah.
familiar with it.
Like
Yeah,
there's that theory that there are people that are just special people among others. You know, that
yeah.
are, and I think we sort of
It's a
fall into
great man
this.
theory, I
Yeah,
think, is
yeah.
what
We
people
we
call it.
fall
Yeah.
into this trap of thinking that there are people that are just somehow more special than others. You know, even when
Yeah.
they say things like "I'm a nobody," you know,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, I do think that people's actions can sort of elevate what they do, but I think that like
Mm-hmm.
there's this fixation on the idea that like one person becomes the savior of an era. And
Yeah.
you see that a lot in like, I mean, you see that a lot with like, you know, modern you know, celebrity, and hell, even like okay, great example is like the Elon Musk thing. The guy who thinks he's going to save the planet by inventing, when in reality he owns like five different companies, all of which are staffed with hundreds and hundreds of incredibly talented people, and those are the people actually making the
Yeah.
things. And like it's a totally I think it's a totally distorted view of reality that erases the social and poses like individual people as islands and gods.
Like
That like, yeah.
even that idea gets a bit undermined when you know how much he could do with like $45 billion and he uses it to buy a social media site, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When it could basically like you could like name so many
Feed a
things that
nation,
could be
multiple
yeah,
nations.
like you just solve so many like things with that kind of investment, right? Build
Yeah,
infrastructure.
yeah. The waste is unbelievable. Yeah, it's part of the reason why I try to bring attention to the sort of fundamental wrong of wealth hoarding
Yeah.
as a cultural touch point. Like the idea that like that people are that like people are valorized for just having a lot of money. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's nothing. Like sitting on a ton of money is nothing. You're not doing anything. Like you're just sitting on it. That should not be valorized. We should never
That's
valorize
that's sort
just
of
sitting on top of stuff.
that sort of builds
Yeah.
into the thing that we as people are basically on we are judged on how well we play, in theory at least, in the game, right? The game of
Right.
capitalism, right? Like if you are
Exactly.
homeless, then basically your worth is in the minus. You are basically treated like below human in many places.
Yeah,
Like
because there's just an assumption that it's a very Calvinistic viewpoint. Like the idea that like well, if you were righteous, well then your life would be good because
yeah,
the fruit of righteousness is a good life. And so if your life is bad, it must be because you're unrighteous, which is
and
ridiculous, of course, because obviously bad things happen to good people all the time, and that doesn't make them any less of a good
yeah,
person. And yeah, it's just and it's weird how much Calvinism there is in like modern capitalism, that like it's almost essential for people to assume a Calvinist philosophy in order to I don't know, be okay with capitalism. It's very wild.
yeah. Speaking of righteousness, like there's this big thing about how the US politics affect Polish politics, you know? How I've just you did a segment about Christianity recently, right? How it
Yeah.
affects things, and I think I told you that just recently Polish politicians started screaming how the LGBT is a oppressive cult that just wants to lock all the Catholics in jail. You know?
The narratives that are necessary to try and scare these people. It's like, I talk about this all the time with like the way that like Rush Limbaugh and Tucker Carlson and all of these American right-wing pundits act. It's like they have to keep upping the stakes. They have to get more and
yeah.
more ridiculous to the point where it's like, yeah, the LGBT secretly just want to imprison all
Oh,
Catholics.
everyone,
And they're
yeah.
building secret gay prisons. And it's like it doesn't even get their viewers off anymore. Their viewers are they become so calloused that it's like, no, we need to go one step further. It has to be that the Catholics, I mean, the LGBTs are in your attic. They're like a spider in your attic. They're gonna jump out at any moment.
They're
Keeps having to
actually
go further and further.
the biggest oppressors, you know?
Yeah.
Unironically, they say that the LGBT are the biggest oppressors. Just want to arrest you.
Yeah, that's right. This tiny population of the simultaneously the LGBT people are a small percentage of the population and also the most powerful force the world has ever reckoned with. And I mean, I'm not gonna say that gay people aren't the most powerful force that the universe has ever reckoned with, but I'm just saying. Make up your mind. Which one is it?
Oh. Someone in the chat just said, Poland is at a point where if you put a rainbow anywhere in your religious symbol, you can get prosecuted for that. It's true.
That is scary and unfortunate.
Yeah. But the year did start with a message of love and solidarity, and I can tell you about it, okay? Are you prepared?
Yeah, please tell us, and then we'll probably wrap up after that because we're at the end of our time.
Yeah, thank you. So
no problem. Thank you.
We started with a public television that is run by the Polish state, did a segment, did a New Year's event, right? And then they invited ex Spice Girl, right? And she declined. She said, no, that's not really, that's not really something that corresponds to my values, because she checked it out, She checked out that it's the Polish government anti-everything, like bigotry. And instead, a band called the Black Eyed Peas decided to come to the event. Right?
No. Oh, no. Yeah.
You know them?
I do know them. Yeah, the Black Eyed Peas. Yep.
Yeah.
They were a popular band over here. They're not really anymore.
Then they did a concert with LGBT armbands on,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good move, at least.
And the Polish government went insane. They were just, because the event was called New Year's of Dreams, and you're like, New Year's of Dreams? More like New Year's of Deviancy,
Good! Base! True, it is the New Year of Deviancy.
Yeah.
And that old fucking conservative shit.
The person from because the ruling party is called PiS, P-I-S, like Law and Justice Party, and the person from the band is like, yeah, we are for peace, love and solidarity, we love Poland, we always have fun here, and we sort of like to come to places to show how, tolerance looks like, and we are peace, but sometimes peace, but not piss, P-I-S.
Well done.
And
well done. Good play. All right, my respect for the Black Eyed Peas has gone up a little bit.
There's also a second event, okay? That's love and solidarity. I can quickly mention,
all right.
There is Poland had its 9/11 event years ago, right? It was the crash in Russia. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. The Smolensk plane crash, when basically almost all of the Polish government died in that crash.
I have not heard of it.
It was a pretty hardcore event, and it's like a founding, this myth of the now ruling far-right party, because the ruler of Poland had a twin brother, and the twin brother died in that crash, And there are a lot of lies about this, a whole conspiracy theory about it being basically a Russian assassination, and there's no proof, there's nothing, and then the private media, because in Poland the private media is in opposition to the government, it's a whole thing. Like whenever there's a LGBT event, like there was a very big LGBT event that was later coined as Polish Stonewall, and
You mentioned that one to me. Yep.
yeah, the public TV misgendered the person, the private TV correctly gendered the person and used the correct name. And so the private TV made a big document called The Power of Lies about this whole event. And the government decided to sue and shut the private TV station up, to order them to take it down, the whole document. And
Censorship, raw censorship.
yeah. And so in response, every single private outlet in Poland put the document on their platforms for everyone to watch.
Based. Good move. Good move.
They were like,
That's how you
"Oh."
respond to that.
Yeah.
That's like when YouTubers re-upload a video that gets taken down wrongfully.
Yeah.
That's a
This
base move.
Everybody
It's a
put it
base
up.
move.
Like you want to send, because the Polish private media consider themselves, the free media in general, consider themselves under siege. They're fighting for survival because the private media, the government is basically fighting to destroy the free media, like in Hungary, There is no more free media in Hungary. And like the ruler of Poland basically said openly that he wants to create a second Budapest in Poland, So,
Yikes.
yeah.
Well,
it's-
I'm glad that there's a lot of people invested in pushing back against this, and I am
rough.
hoping that over time, in fact, I'm quite sure they will. The power
Oh,
of
I will also-
solidarity and togetherness will win.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's like-
Lucy, it was absolutely wonderful to have you on. We do have to move to the next guest now, but
Yeah.
Lucy, thank you so much. It was wonderful to get to talk with you. Thank you for sharing two great stories of genuine solidarity, and I hope you have a wonderful
see
new
you,
year.
One day again, and we will giggle, okay?
You will. I know you will. All right. You talk to you soon.
Yeah. See you.
Thank you, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.